What's good, my friends? My name's Corrupt. We all know that the Dragon Riders are one of the best troops in Clash of Clans, so let's start here at number 5, the Skelly Donut Rider attack. This is pretty much using the Skelly Donut and then going ahead and using your Dragon Riders. So you always want to start this off with 2 skeleton spells and an invisibility. You got 2 invisibility and 2 earthquakes with 5 lightning spells. Overall, what you're doing with this attack is you want to make sure that you are able to clear through something like the scatter shot and the enemy CC. This is a large spell investment, but you can use this at Town Hall 14, though you will need to bring 1 extra lightning spell. Overall, the next major step is to use your heroes to create one side of the funnel, mainly for these defensive buildings, but also another thing, the enemy heroes, mainly the Archer Queen and enemy Royal Champion. So if you're able to go in for something like the enemy RC, you should try to do that. Something like an Eagle Artillery can also be really nice value, but if you could also get the enemy Archer Queen from that same compartment, it can really help your attack tenfold. You may also have the Royal Champion go in with your Barbarian King and Archer Queen to expand on the funnel. That way you're able to get a lot more from the base, as this is a pure Dragon Rider attack. So making sure that you've got the Dragon Riders working themselves in, you could use about 3 to 4 of them as you start to work yourself in, but if there are some other defenses that could force them on the outside, bring in a couple of them in order to clear those defensive structures. Now, as they start to work into the core, this is where you drop in your battle blimp. The main reason being is because of the buff to the Seeking Air Mines. So if you're able to use that Grand Warren ability once the blimp goes into the core, you can have a safe ride using the Sneaky Goblins to move your way through and getting rid of the Town Hall. Since, of course, you really don't want to worry about the Town Hall slow at Town Hall 13 and the Town Hall poison at Town Hall 14. You will be using the free spells against things like the air defenses, maybe multi-infernos, and that way what you're able to do is still move your way across with a large amount of Dragon Riders still up and running, as you're able to get through the other remaining defenses. You will want to bring in the use of minions in order for cleanup. You should be doing this as soon as you can after you clear through a given area, or you're using your heroes at a given area. You want to try and make sure that you're able to get the most from your cleanup, so you are not getting a time fail and you're able to still easily get a triple with this attack without getting something like a 98 or 99% 2-star. In the number 4 spot, we have the Zap Hydra. This attack strategy does require you to get rid of 3 air defenses. Now, this one is mostly effective at Town Hall 13, but not so much at Town Hall 14, though you can circumvent this by using some lightning spells, Barbarian King and Archer Queen, and your Royal Champion. Overall, the main goal is to get rid of 3 air defenses, and the final one is going to be taken down with your heroes. So being able to create the funnel with Sneaky Goblins and the use of a Yeti in order to clear through a given area, so you're able to start moving your way in for something like the air defense. And if you could also get rid of something like the Eagle Artillery, that could help you tenfold as you start to work yourself in, making it so much easier for the rest of your attack. So once you've gotten rid of that one, you can start to use your lightning spells on each of the other air defenses. That way what you're able to do is also weaken up some other structures around it, making it so much easier. Of course, at Town Hall 14, be aware of the Battle Builders healing, so you gotta be very careful of that. And then you're gonna be sending your Dragon and Dragon Riders right the way into the base. Now, you can use your Royal Champion towards the back end part of the base, and we will be getting to that in just a second. Overall, being able to use your Dragons and your Dragon Riders as they start to work themselves into the core can really play a big role. Being able to use your Grand Warren ability as you start to work yourself in with the use of a rage spell allows you to get the battle blimp to go all the way across the base. Of course, be very careful of a Seeking Air Mine, but it can still work extremely well. You've also got the Royal Champion on the back end of the base in order to kind of move all the way across, making it a lot easier for you as you continue to work yourself around. Overall, at that point, you've got enough cleanup because you don't really need to worry about bringing a lot of minions. If you can bring some other smaller units, that's great. But you'll have the Royal Champion, Dragon Riders, and of course your dragons being able to clear it up. So you are not really going to be getting nearly as much of a time fail, but this one is really a little bit more base specific. And that's right, in the number 3 spot, we have the Hydra Bat Attack. Now, this base in particular is the most ideal base for you. Of course, you want to be able to try and get as many splash buildings like the Wizard Towers, Multi-Infernos, Scatter Shots, the Town Hall, the Eagle Artillery, etc. So those are going to be your main splash buildings. Overall, the main goal, though, is to create 2 sides of the funnel. One side is going to be done with your Archer Queen, and the other side with the Barbarian King. You can, of course, bring in the use of an Electro Dragon if you would like, but it really depends if there are separate areas that you want to enter into with the use of your hero. So it really definitely depends. But you can send in your Royal Champion with your Barbarian King. That way you get some tankage, and of course, you're able to move yourself across. Being able to go ahead and use an early rage spell as you start to move yourself in, because this is like a drag bat based attack, so you want to use that rage spell to push your dragons and dragon riders into the base. Using the Grand Warden ability allows you to protect that battle blimp like I've been mentioning throughout the video, and you're able to use another rage with the balloons and dragon riders as you work your way in. You then have your bat spells. You're going to be using them as a bat wave. Since the Eagle Artillery is still up in this case, you're going to be using the bat spells to start moving your way in towards it. You could use 2 freeze spells to make sure that you are able to get rid of the Wizard Tower without having to worry, but you may want to bring in the use of a Ice Golem. This is able to tank for your bats, and you really don't need to worry about the bats getting completely locked on, and you get a free spell from that. So overall, it is well worth it. And of course, one funny thing is the super minions stayed alive and wrecked the Grand Warden. So if you can bring in some cleanup like minions, that is a really big thing. Of course, something to keep in mind is try to keep your bats away from air troops like dragons, balloons, and dragon riders, because you don't want red air bombs to lock onto them. That is going to really spell doom for your attack. So just overall, be very careful about those things. That way you can get a triple with this attack. In the number 2 spot, we have the really popular KOG attack, the Clone Bomb Hydra. Overall, how you want to look for this attack is pretty simple. All you want to do is create a funnel on one side of the base. So using something like a baby dragon and balloons to clear through a little bit of a part of the base so you're able to cut off the funnel for your heroes allows you to make sure that you're getting to something like the Eagle Artillery. Using your Archer Queen and Barbarian King, you can clear through a given area. This allows you to get a lot more value, something like an air defense, and making sure that you've got the use of your Barbarian King to move himself across, while getting rid of the Eagle Artillery. Now you've still got the Royal Champion, and you're going to hold on for that until the back end of the base. You can then go ahead and just start spamming in your dragons and your dragon riders as you start to work yourself in. Another big thing to look at is going to be the air sweepers. This is going to help you in determining where to send this attack in, but you always want to send it in away from the town hall. Now, in terms of this, you do want to make sure that you are saving the battle blimp until once everything goes in, and as the Grand Warden still moves across, you can use the Grand Warden ability, making sure to move yourself across the base and using the clone spells in a line where you're able to get the most from them with a rage spell. They may get spun around, but having a clone bomb like this allows you to get the town hall down and get through all the other structures, allowing you to use your Royal Champion on the back end of the base. So she'll be able to work with the dragons moving across here. So if you're seeing a lot of singles at Town Hall 13 or Town Hall 14, this gives you the option to absolutely wreck them with so many balloons. And this will work versus very massive cored bases where they have a lot of damage or a lot of buildings around there. Overall, this works incredibly well and is really, really strong. It is currently my favorite army at Town Hall 14, and something like this can work at Town Hall 12, so actually make sure you check out that video of the Town Hall 12 Hydra if you want to see that. And in the number 1 spot, it is none other than the Queen Charge Dragon Riders. In order to really start this attack, you always want to look, and the first thing that I would always recommend is try to go in for the enemy Royal Champion and the enemy Queen if possible. If you can only get one or the other, I would recommend bringing some Headhunters with your Dragon Riders. But the first thing is, if you ever see something like this between Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 14, use 5 to 6 Sneaky Goblins to absolutely get rid of the enemy clan castle. It really helps a lot in order to make it so much easier for your Queen Charge. Now, the attacker in this case uses a pre-placed Rage in order to give this Queen just enough damage to start moving her way through, getting through the enemy Royal Champion and a little bit of damage early on. The attacker is going to charge into the compartment right beside the Town Hall. That way, you can get more value than just having to go right the way through the Town Hall. You don't want that, especially for the slow or the Town Hall poison at Town Hall 14. So being able to use the rage spells to keep your queen alive, using the free spells to stop either the scatter shot from dealing any damage to the queen, invisibility spell to protect the queen and her healers, and that just allows you to get a lot more value. Move your way through with the Dragon Riders. You've got the use of a Stone Slammer that you can use for pathing purposes, and you're able to use that to your advantage as you don't really need a battle blimp in this case. You could also use the Royal Champion to go through for something like a back and scatter shot, making it a lot easier. And you could even use the Grand Warden ability as you move into the core. You could even use another invisibility spell specifically for the Dragon Riders. They've got a good amount of distance, and you could protect them for long enough where you're able to get a lot of really good value from them. You want to make sure that you've got cleanup because this is a pure Dragon Rider attack. So using the minions allows you to get some really good cleanup done. And you can use the Headhunters for cleanup as well, unless there is a enemy Barbarian King, then otherwise you won't really be able to do that. It is a really strong attack, and if you want to use something that is universal from Town Hall 13 to Town Hall 14, this is a great choice. Make sure to check out my previous Dragon Rider video if you are interested in using the Inferno Dragons with the skeleton spells and Dragon Riders. I have that video right here. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell, and I'll catch you in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.